Many of you know about Warren Buffett, but right next to him for many years was this man, Charlie Munger, who is equally as brilliant. He was a genius, but also such a light-hearted and stress-free investor and business person. My channel's called Investing Simplified, and I came up with this idea after following very closely Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger and the simple way they lived their life.
Everything should be made as simple as possible, but no more simple. Well, if Einstein didn't say it, he should have said it, because this is a very sound idea.
Everything Warren Buffett has done and Charlie Munger did fell under that category of simple. Not easy, but definitely not complicated. Both Buffett and Munger had been asked, what if a crazy investment comes along, something that you just can't pass up, and the numbers look amazing, but you don't totally understand it, should you just jump in because the numbers just look so good? They said no, you don't have to invest in everything. You don't have to understand everything. You can let some things just go. And if you don't understand it, you definitely shouldn't invest in it. But you shouldn't stress yourself out trying to figure out what this thing is, especially if you already have a bunch of good investments that are making you money. You should just stick with what you know, continue to do research, but only invest in what you understand. In early 2023, Munger's fortune was estimated at $2.3 billion. So yeah, I'm gonna say his investing strategy worked. But even more than that, he was just literally always happy and joking. I want to live life to the fullest with joy and happiness, just like Munger did. Munger's most important lesson for us, especially going into this volatile 2024, is to keep it simple, stay the course, but also to have some fun in this life.
I don't think there are good arguments against my position. I think the people that oppose my position are idiots.
Well, I can't give you a formulaic approach because I don't use one. If you want a formula, you should go back to graduate school. They'll give you lots of formulas that won't work. I think some people just buy it to keep the stock up, and that, of course, is insane and immoral. But apart from that, it's fine.
Which is wretched and irrational and has bad consequences, with something that has very good consequences. But you know, if you mix raisins with turds, they're still turds.
That's why they have me write the annual report.
Charlie Munger, investing genius and Warren Buffett's right-hand man, died at age 99 this Tuesday. His insights for us were almost too many to count, but I'm going to highlight a couple quotes from him in his loving memory. In addition to being the Berkshire Hathaway vice chairman, Munger was a real estate attorney, chairman, and publisher of the Daily Journal Corp, a member of the Costco board, a philanthropist, and an architect. Like I said earlier, Munger had an estimated fortune of $2.3 billion.
No, I'm optimistic about life. If I can be optimistic when I'm nearly dead, surely the rest of you can handle a little inflation.
He amassed that huge fortune by sticking to his guns and not letting emotion sway his investments. He did a bunch of research and then held tight even when there were scary things like a recession or just a market dip. We can definitely learn from that in today's landscape. Warren Buffett credited Munger with broadening his investment strategy from favoring troubled companies at low prices in hopes of getting a profit to focusing on higher quality but underpriced companies. When Buffett first started investing, he was really good at finding companies that were super undervalued, but they weren't the best companies to begin with. They were just very cheap. And he learned this from Ben Graham. Then Charlie Munger came on the scene and they started to change their strategy just a bit, and they started buying really solid companies, but still at a good value. Now, I particularly liked Munger's views on financial advisors and having somebody else manage your money for you. I recently made a video on this and how you could definitely manage your own money on your own, and that's kind of why I made this channel, was just to educate and help you, to show you that it can be simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. But anyway, here's what Charlie Munger has to say about money management.
The general system for money management requires people to pretend that they can do something that they can't do, and to pretend to like it when they really don't. I think that's a terrible way to spend your life, but it's very well paid.
He basically straight up says that some of these people have to tell you that they can do something that they definitely can't do. They definitely do not know what the market is going to do. Because in reality, nobody knows what the market is actually going to do, especially in the short term. So why pay somebody a fee to do something you're perfectly capable of to do on your own? One of my favorite quotes in conversations is this quick one.
People don't seem to get that point. Have any idea why, Charlie?
Warren, if people weren't so often wrong, we wouldn't be so rich.
Yeah.
He was basically talking about when people get scared when stocks or ETF prices go down. When that price starts to go down, people start to get scared, and so they sell out, and they want to just hold their cash and be safe in that regard. Then once the price starts to go back up for a bit, then they decide that now it's a good time to put the money back in. And the people that do that consistently definitely lose the most amount of money. The more you look at the market daily or watch financial news or even YouTube, you'll see a lot of noise about why this is the worst stock market drop in years or other scary headlines which make most people sell. As long as you've been investing in solid stocks and ETFs that you understand and that you've done the research to figure out why you want to invest in them and how it works in your investing strategy, then hold tight and invest like Charlie Munger. I think that's the best thing we can do to honor him. And if you're interested, this book is super solid. I love this thing. I have read this thing back and forth a couple times and used a lot of his quotes in my classes. This book is called Poor Charlie's Almanac, and it might make a solid Christmas gift for somebody this year. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.